expansion was discussed both at a committee level and at the board, and ultimately the league office was tasked by our board with doing an in-depth.
Welcome back to Hoopora. WNBA fans, something huge is happening around Caitlin Clark, Adam Silver, and the league. After the latest move involving Clark and the New York Liberty, Silver finally addressed it, and he made his position crystal clear. So what exactly happened? And why is this decision from Adam Silver getting so much attention around the WNBA? Let's get right into it. Professional basketball just changed in a way nobody saw coming. And it all comes back to one name, a name that's been on everyone's lips for months. Behind closed doors, the most powerful man in the sport was quietly working on something much bigger. While the rest of us were staring at box scores and shooting percentages, Adam Silver stepped in, and the ruling he just made about Caitlin Clark has genuinely rattled front offices across the league. For years, the WNBA played it safe. Slow growth, a long list of restrictions, that whole mentality. But that era is over. Silver made the call to treat this league as a real driver of the NBA's future, not some side project anymore. And this decision goes way beyond marketing and jersey sales. Quick thing, if you're enjoying this, hit like and subscribe. More than 73% of you watching haven't hit that button yet. It's free, takes 2 seconds, and it genuinely helps us out. So, have you subscribed? Good. Thank you. Okay, back to it. The way this league is governed has been completely rebuilt, and not everyone's happy about the new pecking order. To a lot of veterans who spent decades building this league, this sudden shift feels like a punch in the gut. But from a business standpoint, the numbers don't lie. Silver looked at the Caitlin Clark phenomenon and realized it wasn't a fluke. It was $1 billion opportunity, and it needed serious protection. This wasn't a gentle suggestion to WNBA leadership. This changed how the game gets marketed, how it's officiated, even how teams travel. Silver picked progress over tradition, plain and simple, and everyone else had to figure out where they fit in this new world. Nobody expected Clark to walk in and dominate right away. There'd be a learning curve, sure. Everyone knew that. What nobody expected was the sheer hostility that followed her everywhere she went. Those welcome to the league moments, they started looking less like competition and more like targeted hits, shoulder checks at midcourt, fouls that looked more like football tackles than basketball plays. And at some point, the league office had to step in and make a call that would shape the next 10 years of this sport. Reports say Silver looked at his biggest star getting knocked down game after game and decided the whole let them play attitude was just bad for business. Any veteran who tried playing enforcer against the rookie sensation got shut down fast. A lot of players feel like the rules are being rewritten on the fly to protect one person, and that's created real tension in the locker room. But look at the ratings. Clark's games are pulling in 10 times the viewers of a regular matchup. The league simply can't afford a bitter veteran putting its golden ticket on the bench with an injury. So the whole flow of the game changed. Faster, higher scoring, more focused on the perimeter. Exactly the style Silver's been building in the NBA for years. Then came the Olympics. Tensions boiled over during selection, and honestly, a lot of fans still haven't forgiven the league for it. On the surface, it looked like a basketball decision. She was ranked below more experienced players. But people inside the industry think there was something much more calculated going on. Word is, the league office, leaning hard on advice from the NBA, actually wanted her to sit this one out. Why would they want their biggest star missing from the world stage? Simple. Control. Fatigue management. The WNBA had exclusive access to her story, and they weren't about to let her burn out before the most lucrative stretch of the season. So they kept her home. It was a calculated bet, the league's bottom line over her personal legacy on the world stage. And it stunned people, because it showed exactly where the priorities were. With this massive new TV deal, they want every second of her time working for them. Fans felt burned by the backlash at first. But the business result? A superstar who came back hungrier than ever and kept smashing viewership records. Speaking of that TV deal, this new $2.2 billion contract has completely flipped the power dynamic between the NBA and WNBA. For years, this league needed subsidies just to stay afloat. Now, Silver used Clark's rookie numbers as his main leverage with Disney, NBC, and Amazon. And here's the hard part. It pushed the WNBA's own leadership into a supporting role. Silver basically told the world, the WNBA is now a key piece of the NBA's global media strategy. That means better production, more national TV slots, and a total departure from that old niche sport image. The NBA's corporate machine is watching this league closely now. And yes, the money pouring in is great for players long term, but it also means every technical foul, every heated tweet, every locker room blow up now gets treated like a LeBron or Steph Curry headline. This league is playing playing in a bigger arena now. Silver's message is blunt: adapt to the new standard, or get left behind. One of the clearest signs of this new era: charter flights, suddenly required across the whole league. For years, players dealt with commercial travel, cramped seats, security lines, delays, and the league always blamed the cost. But then security concerns around the size of Clark's crowds started making headlines nonstop, and Silver and the board changed direction overnight. Tens of millions of dollars, approved just like that, forcing every team to upgrade fast. Huge win for player health and safety, no argument there. But smaller market teams got hit hard, because they weren't ready for that kind of overhead. This wasn't just about comfort. It was a statement. Silver was telling the world the WNBA isn't second tier anymore. Even if it means spending money they haven't made yet, the league has to look like the global brand it wants to be. It's classic Silver, spend it to make it, but for women's sports, it's a genuinely risky departure from how things have always worked. And then there's the expansion plan, probably the most controversial piece of all this. Silver doesn't want to just grow the league. He wants to double it. New teams heading to Portland, Toronto, Golden State, and a lot of people are worried this pace is going to dilute the talent. Here's the hard truth for current players: their rosters are about to get picked apart in expansion drafts, and that's going to mess with the competitive balance everyone's used to. This rapid growth is all tied to one thing: cashing in on the Clark era while it's hot. More jerseys, more games, more markets, more product to sell. And the league realized the moment her jersey became the top-selling item in all of professional sports, that slow and steady expansion plan was dead. Now current players are watching business move faster than their own union can keep up with, and there's real anxiety about what the next CBA is even going to look like. Even the drama gets managed differently now. This league used to sell unity, sisterhood, togetherness. Silver's people figured out drama sells better, leaning into the rivalry between Clark and other big-name rookies like Angel Reese. That's a sharp break from how this league used to market itself. Now they're playing up the conflict instead of smoothing it over, because it drives engagement and sells tickets. And that's created real friction. Players feel like they're being cast as villains just to build up the league's newest star. But the results speak for themselves. This conflict-driven marketing bet is paying off in ways nobody would have predicted 2 years ago. Engagement has never been higher. As this latest round of decisions wraps up, the message from the commissioner's office is clear: the WNBA isn't a development project anymore. Forget earning your stripes, market value runs the show now. In one single season, Silver's intervention aged this league by 10 years. And, yeah, there's real growing pains, but the upside is enormous. Every call the league makes about Caitlin Clark right now is really a bet on the future of the sport itself. There's no going back. Whether you love this new direction or miss the tight-knit league it used to be, these tough calls are building something that could one day rival the NBA's cultural pull. And it all started the moment Silver decided to protect his most valuable asset, no matter the cost. Players might be frustrated. The league might still be adjusting, but more people are watching than ever before. And at the end of the day, that's the only number that matters in sports. These moves are going to echo for years, especially as the next generation starts seeing the WNBA as an actual career, not just a dream. The tension between the old guard and the new wave isn't going away. If anything, it's going to get sharper as the stakes climb. Silver's placed his bets. Now everyone in this league has to play the hand they've been dealt. Can the WNBA stay true to itself while chasing this kind of scale? Nobody knows yet, but one thing's for sure: the league we knew a year ago is gone. What's replacing it is faster, more dramatic, and a lot more profitable. And it's only just getting started. Honestly, we're wondering how far the commissioner's willing to go to keep the Caitlin Clark era alive, because the moves shaking up the league today are probably just the opening act of something way bigger for women's sports worldwide. Take the officiating changes alone. They've sparked open rebellion in locker rooms. Imagine being told, overnight, that just breathing on the rookie is now a foul. After a decade of playing hard, physical basketball, Silver's instructions were clear: protect the shooter, because she's the one driving this whole boom. But it wasn't only about Clark. The league office looked at the numbers and realized casual fans don't tune in for wrestling matches. They want fast breaks and logo threes. By tightening the whistle, Silver pushed the WNBA straight into the NBA's high-scoring, offense-first mindset. Coaches who built their whole identity around tough defense called it brutal years of strategy, thrown out in a matter of weeks. And the speed of the rollout was just as shocking as the rule change itself. Referees who leaned into the new open style got bumped up to primetime games. Ones who didn't, heavy scrutiny. It made players paranoid. They felt like they couldn't so much as touch Clark without a whistle blowing. and plenty accused the league of rigging things for its new star. But the league sees it differently, as a necessary evolution. You don't want a player who can pull up from 40 feet getting mugged for 40 minutes. You want her free to create the highlights that blow up on social media. Silver is fueling that viral machine on purpose. Every time Clark hits a big shot, the league's value jumps by millions. The cost? The league's defensive specialists, the ones who built careers on physicality, now feel like relics from another era. And according to leaked internal memos, the league is straight up choosing entertainment over old-school basketball toughness. A lot of people see that as a betrayal of everything the WNBA was built on: grit, physicality, earning every basket. Others just see it as a show now, built around one player. But the truth is, new fans don't care about the history. They care about the spectacle. They want to be part of the moment, and Silver's making sure that moment is as electric as possible. That's put the league's top defenders in a strange, uncomfortable spot, genuinely afraid to do their jobs. They know a hard foul on Clark isn't just going to cost a free throw. It's going to make them the villain of a media cycle for a week straight. That's real psychological pressure baked into the way this league is being run now. Silver's using soft power to reshape the sport without ever officially rewriting the rulebook. It's all about making the stars untouchable. It took the NBA decades to build that kind of aura across the Jordan and LeBron eras. In the WNBA, it's happening in one single season. The whole system has been shaken up. Teams are rethinking their scouting reports from scratch. Do you keep playing physical defense, or just try to outscore everyone? More and more, teams are choosing the second option. TV partners specifically asked for higher scoring games, and Silver delivered a product that looks a lot like the modern NBA. The financial upside here is massive. The salary cap's going to climb as revenue grows. Give it 5 years, and the players complaining right now might be signing $20 million contracts. But right now, this shift is genuinely uncomfortable for their game and their reputations. The veterans are the ones absorbing the impact, told, essentially, to step aside for the new era. And the league office hasn't been gentle about it. Lines have been drawn clearly. You're either on board with the new vision, or you're in the way. That's the message Silver's team is sending. This league used to run on cooperation between players and the front office. This kind of top-down control is new territory. Corporate urgency has replaced that old collegial feel. There's a real sense that the league can't afford to waste this brief window on sentiment. And that's exactly why the Clark decision hit so hard. It marked the end of the small, player-driven WNBA, and the start of something built for global media. Everyone in basketball is feeling this ripple effect. International talent is now looking at the WNBA as a real destination, wanting a piece of the Clark phenomenon. Even overseas leagues are paying attention, and Clark herself is under enormous pressure. She's not just a player anymore. She's an entire industry. Every league decision involving her gets picked apart for bias. Every move she makes gets analyzed under a microscope. But Silver hasn't blinked. He knows history is going to judge this era by how much it grew, not by how many feelings got hurt along the way. That's the harsh truth about pro sports. Business first, game second. For the first time ever, the WNBA is being run like a serious, high-stakes company, and the results are undeniable. It took a rookie out of Iowa and a commissioner with a cold, calculated vision to make this happen. And what's coming next is more promising than anyone could have imagined. The game's faster, the stakes are higher, and even though getting here meant a string of decisions that shook the sport to its core, the questions ahead only get bigger. When the next breakout star arrives, how will she be treated? Will she get the same protection and promotion? Or was all of this a one-time experiment built specifically around Clark? The league's inner workings are still shifting, and its rivals are watching every move. But one thing's clear, the WNBA isn't playing catch-up anymore. It's setting the pace. Now that the initial shock's worn off, a new normal is settling in, one where today's hard calls become tomorrow's standard. To survive and grow, the league made the moves it had to make. And in doing that, it changed the game for good.